quiet seaside town, an evil lain to rest centuries ago, has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tabletop Gold, episode 225 of The Roots of Ruin. My name is Lars Casteen. Welcome to the show. I'm the game master and the host for the podcast that you're listening to right now. I think this is going to be a great one. I think you made a great choice to listen to this podcast right now at the time that you're listening to it. And speaking of right now, I'm going to say hi to Zoe Chernicoff. Hi, Zoe.
Good right now time.
Good right now time. Robin Lange is here. Hi, Robin.
Hello. Good Pathfinder time.
Good Pathfinder time. Our Matt Humphreys is here.
Good this time, y'all.
Good this time. And David, the Tin Man Chernicoff, is here as well. Hi.
Good that time, Lars.
Good that time. We're going to get into our game. We have an exciting aquatic scenario that we're going to get into, which feeds slightly into the topic that we're going to be discussing today. I was looking the other day at an item in my house, and I was holding it, and I realized that this is an item. It was an object that brings me joy, that brings me delight, that brings me happiness.
Nora.
I wouldn't call my child an object, but...
Yeah. Also quit objectifying women, maybe?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you
great
so much,
point.
Armatt.
Yeah.
And that's our show.
That's our show. But it was a food item that I realized, like, this is a thing that I have in my house. It is a piece of food. It is a thing that I bought at a food shop that as I'm holding it, I'm like, this is one of my favorite things. And I'm very, very glad to have this food item here in my house to eat it. I'm happy to share what my food item is to get the ball rolling, but I am wondering if you
I'm sorry,
have...
did an alien come in and get into Lars's skin? And now it's like trying to
I am
act
a normal
like a
human
person?
man who enjoys eating dry pasta.
I
love it.
When I hold the food stuff, I think I am pleased to have the food stuff to consume.
I don't know about you, but if I'm not replenishing my energy by sleeping, I'm likely giving energy to my body via ingesting food. Do you agree, fellow humans? Do you like that as well?
I like the
I don't know
cut
why
of
I'm
this
talking this way.
alien's
It's because
jib.
I'm trying to be cagey and not give away what it is that I'm saying.
But eventually
think
you're
you're-
going to.
I'm going
you
to
know?
have to.
Yeah.
I think, Lars, what I took away from that is well, now I understand you to have been cagey. That was not what I took away at the time, which just means you were excellent at being cagey. What I heard you to be conveying was an emotional depth to your attachment to this, which is what's going to elevate this segment from all of the other ones that we do about food.
Okay. Yes.
To being about food and feelings.
I just thought it would be a good
Aren't all
thing
of
for
it
us to
about
talk
food and
about food.
feelings?
Isn't
Yeah,
all
they
food about
tend to be.
feelings?
Okay, here's this item that I have. I have a subscription to a tin of fish. It is called Fishwife brand smoked rainbow trout fish.
You spend
Can.
that much money on fish.
Is the can part of the name, or that you're just saying words?
I'm trying to describe it. Have you noticed that when you buy things from Amazon, they've started giving like a generic description of what the item is in your email? And I feel like they chat GPT'd like a
Right. This has to be AI
non-specific-
slop.
Yeah, it feels like I have both my consumerism and my slop have like intersected in my email, and there's just like a grotesque sort of display of horrors every time. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. It's this Fishwife Listen, I like it is what I'm trying to tell you. This Fishwife smoked trout, I open it up and I eat it, and I can't believe how good it is. It brings a smile to my face every time I'm enjoying it, and I'm wondering if you have something similar that when you eat it or that you stock in your house, that when you enjoy it, it brings you a feeling of warmth and comfort and happiness and love. Robin pointed out that this is an expensive item that I purchased, and that's absolutely right. Each one of these tins of fish is $10. They're incredibly pricey.
I do, and I am someone, I always have to have tinned fish in my cabinet as well, but I only buy Fishwife when it's on sale because I find it exorbitant.
And do you eat a tin at a time, or do you ration this out? Like when you're going for it, do you just treat yourself all at once?
I buy 3 tins at a time every 2 weeks. I have a $60 a month fish budget that I'm going through right now.
Sure.
And I'll eat one of them. It started that my kids start eating them now too, so I need to kind of race them.
That's a bummer. Can you just give them canned tuna?
They have become very sophisticated. The
That's
issue
how
is
children
that
are.
it's so
These
good.
New York City kids.
These New York City kids, these New York
You can't
lonely
turn them
boys.
on to the good stuff in the first place. It fails the, do I want to do this the exact same way every single day until the sun explodes test.
Yes. And I am going to have to eventually sell my home in order to keep this fish thing going, but that's the price that you pay. Listen, the fish isn't on trial here. Does anybody have any precious food items?
I have 2 items, one of which is I associate with the holiday, and the other of which I guess it
Pumpkin
lasts longer.
spice kitty litter.
That's right. Both of which come in cylindrical containers. So I don't know, maybe something about maybe we each have a particular container shape. Lars, yours is a kind of, does it have rounded edges? I feel like tinned fish.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Does it unroll with the hook?
No, they I feel like they got rid of that a while ago. It's all pull tabs now. I loved having that key that you had to roll. It was such a fun ritual to open
I
the
have
thing up.
toothpaste that has that key.
Oh,
Recommend Dave's toothpaste. And
I have the same toothpaste, Zoe.
Yeah, see,
I have
love
a key situation. I love.
So what
a
we're
key.
learning is just we like twee packaging is the real takeaway here.
We love wasting money on stuff that kind of is nutritional, but also kind of not for our
makes us feel like
mouth.
it's 1950.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
my 2 things are the first thing in a cylindrical container. We always end up buying around Christmas, both for my parents, and then I always get at least 1 container for myself. There is a particular kind of Danish licorice. I'm not generally a licorice person, but it is called lakrids, Lakrids.
Yeah.
They're like little, smaller than a malt ball, bigger than an M&M, spherical balls with the licorice on the inside, and then there's passion fruit. They have almost like a white chocolate coating, but whatever it is, it's delicious. There's
That
strawberry.
sounds awesome.
They're $24 for not that many of these things.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I could easily eat a whole cylinder of these things immediately. And they're also again, I'm not a licorice person in general, but most licorice is made with flour, and I can't eat flour because I'm gluten intolerant. So that's also anyway, so I associate that with Christmas. My other one is that I continue to insist, and we last left Oakland in the year 2018. So it's been, 2 years since we were there.
Yep, that's right. That's how time is going
That
right
is
now.
how time is going. And there is a spice shop there called the Oaktown Spice Shop, which wormed its way into our heart. I mean, there are a lot of great local spice shops. Most cities have at least one. But I continue to insist on buying, I would say probably 90% of our spices come from there. And
So you get a package from Oakland that arrives at your door every once in a while.
I'll order, 8 or 10 spices, and even just chopped garlic, things you could get dried chopped garlic and stuff. But
Last year I was in Oakland, went into the shop and purchased a gift for Zoe of several of their, and knew that I needed to tell Zoe, don't do the usual,
right?
Or because otherwise we were going to have such a profusion of things just from this one store, and they're wonderful, but they're not. Oh, there are a couple that you would use that are like everyday sorts of things, and there's many more than that are very occasional. You want 4 of those or 8 of those. You don't want 20 of them in your life. They will.
We definitely have 35.
Yeah, we have a lot, a fair number of those bottles. That's funny that the everything but the bagel spice blend from there was the first thing
which
that I
is
thought
now
of.
a Trader Joe's item, but I really think they started it. And
the first place we ever encountered it was certainly there, and theirs is just staggering. Your parents, Zoe, actually have a bottle of it that we gave them as a stocking stuffer. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, that sits
2017.
behind their stove that they have never opened. And every time I'm in their kitchen, I look at it and I just go,
take it.
yeah, I just go, oh, like it's such a crime, you know?
This is so in the spirit of what I wanted to get out of this question, by the way. The idea of like an object that you eat, that you know the value, like that is gold to you. That is
right,
like a cherished thing.
These are the first time I ever had spices that made sense to me of the idea of like nations going to war over spices.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's like, oh, sure.
I'm trying to think about things that I ration. I mean, obviously, I feel like Girl Scout cookies is always going to be on that list because you only get them a certain time of year. So you got to like, you know, if you race through them, then you're going to be sad later.
Do you have any condiments like that? Like hot sauces, salad dressing, you know, where it's like the one version is the really good one, but you can't always get it. So you kind of like, you know.
So there's one thing that we have ridiculously ordered, and we should probably put it in another order, although now it's going to be too expensive with tariffs.
You got to do it before the listeners because they'll immediately snap it all up.
Yeah.
When Chris and I went to Canada, we went to Prince Edward Island, and we're touring around it, and I would always... he likes hot sauce, and so I'd always kind of anywhere we go, I'm like, oh, you should try this hot sauce. Like, this is a thing that you like that is at touristy places, and I'm just desperate to find something that you would like to buy at a touristy place because I want all the things. So I was trying to do that, and then we came across one that kept showing up at places. He's like, nah, it's just going to be a touristy one. It's no good. And we ended up in Cardigan Bay.
And it was terrible.
Yeah, so terrible. We ended up in Cardigan. I think it's Cardigan Bay or Cardigan.
But that's where they invented
we
cardigans.
found the main store for this hot sauce
Where they
place.
grow them.
And so we go in. Chris is like, okay, I'll try it now rather than just buy it.
That's
Place
where they
is
mine
called
it from the ground.
Maritime Madness.
Okay.
No.
And it's a very silly sounding hot sauce, and they have this massive range. Everything from like the simple kind of chipotle, not too hot ones that I like, to like the insane ghost pepper that Chris will get.
Sure.
And every few years we will order like a pack of 4 and get it delivered all the way from Prince Edward Island.
Nice.
I love
have
it.
2 follow-up questions.
That is like the hot sauce where it's not just a go to the store and find it. This is a special item because we have to get it from Canada.
And so you will like extend its light.
Yeah.
All right. My 2 follow-up questions are, do all of the different varietals have oceanic pun-filled names? Because if not, I'm going to be angry.
They do have very Canadian names.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one's hot.
Kind of. And the way the hot sauce and the rate are not, it's not a rating, but they have on the side of some of the bottles like how much you have left. And it's all in like kind of Canadian coastal slang that I can't even attempt to say correctly.
Just every inch it just says hoser on it, and you just have to.
Yeah, that was.
But it's like Nang Nang Bonobo. If you knew what was up, you'd
coastal
understand.
stuff is very specific.
Okay. Okay.
It's all very kind of Prince Edward Island, Labrador, Newfoundland accented stuff, which is different from the rest of Canada.
Sure, I believe it.
And it's delicious. So all Maritime Madness. That's
I love
future potential sponsor, Maritime Madness.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Hit us up.
I'd
Hit
be
us
down.
up with some sauce, you jerks, you hosers. Hey, guess what? It's episode 225, and because we're breaking off a 5, I've got some stuff that I want to talk about that's happening around the Tabletop Gold world. First off, our Patreon. Yes. If you want to support our show, if you believe that what we are doing is something that deserves support, if you like people that play games the way that we do and you want us to keep making stuff like this show, head on over to patreon.com/tabletopgold and you can support us at a variety of levels. In exchange for the gratitude that we feel for your support, you also get a premium episode every week if you support us at $5 or up. Right now, we have the following series. We've got the Gold Mine, which is our behind-the-scenes after show where we talk about the podcast, talk about games, talk about gaming, talk about deep chats about what goes into our show and what goes into running and playing games. I feel like that show has been hitting a really nice stride lately. We've been getting tons of like great interaction with our community. People have questions. We have really, I have found very like interesting and fulfilling conversations on that show. So if that sounds like something you like, go ahead and check that show out. And we also have the Band of Gold, which is our Pathfinder Society series. This is an actual play show where we play through Pathfinder Society scenarios. Scenario 6 just started as of the airing of this episode that you're listening to right now. Each of these is a standalone adventure, and it's been really fun getting into these like short stories that all live by themselves, but then combine into a broader story of the Pathfinder Society Season 6 is what we're doing. Pricing for Patreon, $5 for audio, $10 for video every month. Discounts if you sign up for a full year, and you can join for $0 to enjoy a sampling of premium shows if you would like. I also have an announcement to make right now. This episode that you're listening to right now is the final podcast that we're going to be putting out on the main feed for 2025. We are taking 2 weeks off for the holidays to give everybody a little break. We will have some fun and special stuff premiering over the break on Patreon, though. So if you think you're going to miss us, you can still find us over there. And that, I believe, about
Lars,
covers
can
it.
I interject
Yes,
very briefly?
Please.
I want to
please
make
do.
this real for people. I think sponsor the Patreon, and you make sure Lars gets his 10 fish and his children, his hungry children. You make sure David and I get our spices and our Danish licorice
right.
that mostly only I eat. And you make sure that Robin gets her hot sauce.
We have very particular tastes for very expensive but very small
Niche
food
food.
items.
Please,
Yeah.
sir,
And but for
may
your
I
support.
have some more?
Yeah.
Can we get the Sarah McLachlan song to play over
Right.
this?
In the
In the arms
of the angels.
It's
Good
like
job,
Sarah
Robin,
McLachlan
by
is
the
here in the room. It's like there are 4 Sarah McLachlans in the room with us.
Hashtag
What do you say we get into
Hashtag
it?
blessed.
Okay. What do you
That's
say we
like
get
a
into?
prompt to a new D&D scenario. You were trapped in a room with 4 Sarah McLachlans.
That's right.
Right.
In the
Ask what the other
arms
one would sing.
of the angels.
Okay.
That's
I'm
where
gonna
this
start.
starts. This seen some hard years.
I'm going to move on to the next part of the show now. is what
We
I'm gonna
aren't.
do. Okay.
Subscribe to the Patreon, and you get each of us singing "Angel" by Sarah McLachlan in a different vocal impression.
Like in a different vocal range. David's doing baritone. I'll be
Yeah.
doing whistle register, which should be really fun.
Ooh, I look forward to that.
You haven't heard Angel till you've heard me play it on the kazoo.
Okay, here we go. You're pushing forward through an ancient temple to the outer god Nimbaloth, ever closer to the so-called empty vault where the ghost of Belcora Haravex awaits with her ebon lens. But first, your path has led you through a toxic swamp filled with strange apparatuses that appear to have the function of opening a dam at the swamp's far southern end. You've found and manipulated the switches on 7 rusted metal boxes and now find yourselves in a swamp-filled cavern containing 3 rusty wheels. You took a step forward into this swamp and discovered 2 things. Firstly, the water here is much deeper than it seems. And secondly, which you discovered as Mag plunged into these unexpected depths, this water contains a voracious, tentacle-covered fish the size of a horse. And we're going to get into this dire circumstance very quickly. There are a couple things I want to say to you before we do that. 1, we're breaking off a 5. New hero point cards have been replenished. New hero points have been distributed among the group. You're in this smallish cavern with this deeper water. I want you to know that when you were fighting those trolls in the swampy area to the south of here, you were saving against the the air there was super like rancid and toxic and poisonous, and I was having everybody roll like fortitude saves to withstand that air. The air here seems a little bit fresher, a little bit less oppressive. So you're not going to have to roll saves here in this area. The deeper part of this water here is like underneath a cleaner bit of air. Before we get into anything else, as you see this fish creature, which you have seen something similar before, I'll show it to you right now, this art that I'm showing you. This is like a fish with a wreath of glowing yellow eyes above like an enormous mouth with many different rings of teeth receding deeper and deeper into the fish's mouth. There are barbed tentacles instead of fins coming off of this thing. As you see this, you are all subjected to this creature's frightful presence, and I need each of you to please make a will save.
Maybe, Lars, we need you to make the will save.
Nice, babe.
You got me. What if I just log off right now and start leaping?
That's it.
Okay, let's start with Ao. Ao, how did you do on this will save?
You tell me, Lars. How did I do? I don't see it in the chat.
You rolled
I did
a 30.
It.
Yeah, you rolled a 34, which is
That's great. I love that for me.
And that means that you become frightened 1 as the frightful presence of this creature affects you. How did Istin do here?
Not so great. 8 on the die for a 28.
That's a success, which gets bumped up to a critical success. So you actually did do great. You're unaffected here.
Sweet.
How did Mag do here?
It is a 29 for Mag.
That's a success, so not a critical success. Mag is frightened 1. And how did Trill do?
Trill got a 30.
Critical success, so no effect. So the 4 of you withstand this frightful presence relatively easily. Mag and Ao flinch back for a moment as they are frightened for a small length of time here at the beginning of this encounter. And I don't know. Let's do it. Let's roll for initiative. What do we think? Is it time? I think it's time.
I mean, I was going to try to befriend it.
Roll for initiative.
So let's start with Ao here. How did Zoe do on what I'm guessing is a stealth initiative roll?
From between 2 ferns, Ao rolled a 33.
Okay. 33 is very, very fast. Even though Ao is a little bit frightened, that is fast enough, 1, I believe, for her to be hidden from these creatures, most likely. But 2, she's going to get the jump on the fish in front of her because she's going to be going before it in the initiative tractor. So she gets a surprise attack. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention there's a tractor.
I was going to interview the fish between the 2 ferns, but now I'd like to interview the tractor.
Yeah, you should definitely talk to this tractor. How did Armat, how did Istin do on this initiative?
Istin did okay. 24 on the die? Not
24
an all-time
on
high.
The die is, again, very impressive for a die roll. Looks like you rolled a 7. So 24, Istin is investigate. What is this thing doing right now as we're getting into this combat
I think
situation?
he was investigating and looking at the various pipelines that we've been following with the valves and boxes we've been looking at. So that probably was where his focus was, and only then was like, oh
right. So
enormous fish.
So Istin like snaps in on these 3 wheels. These are like horizontal turning wheels, like on a release valve, kind of like rusted foot wide metal thing. 3 of them built onto these 3 islands throughout this room. So Istin sees those, and then the fish starts thrashing around, jumping over at Mag. Speaking of Mag, how did Trill? How did you do on your initiative?
Trill got a 35.
Okay, 35 is very, very quick. Trill sees the situation pretty much immediately. Would Trill like to battle cry?
Of course she would like to battle cry.
Okay.
Of course.
So this battle cry is going to be, I think, at a penalty because this fish does not speak any language of yours. So how did you do on this one?
That was a 34.
So I think that gets bumped down to a 30 because you don't share a language with this creature. And that means
you need a language to scream at something?
Yeah, demoralize requires a common language, or you take a penalty to it.
Dang.
Is that a rule that we've been playing with up until this point? Probably not, but it is a rule in the game. So
No, we have.
Okay,
It's a
I
rule
don't know
he's
that I've
gonna
caught
use
it for
now.
every single battle cry, but
I have been unable to fail to demoralize things for that reason.
Okay, good. So that is going to be a failure. You scream at this fish. Maybe it's because this fish is still underwater. Maybe it's because it doesn't share your language. But that winds up not affecting the fish. It winds up not affecting this enormous, 15, 20 foot long fish in the water. David, how did Mag do on this initiative as Mag flies into a rage?
Poorly, Lars. I rolled a 1. So it's only
okay.
a 16.
So Mag is taking up the tail end of the initiative tracker. You've just, like David, the way that we narrated this, you stepped forward thinking there was ground there. You plunged down in the water. I'm going to say you're like 5 feet underwater right now, and as is the fish.
For sure, and it for sure makes sense that I would be come up last in initiative for this. Just completely like unexpected and startled by the whole thing.
Totally. So Mag comes up a little bit distracted and frightened and all of this stuff. So even though she is able to fly into a rage here when she rolls initiative, she is not able to act until after basically anybody else is able to. We're going to jump into the first round of combat in this encounter. Istin, Trill, and Ao are standing in a shallow, swampy area just at the edge of what you've just discovered is a lake in this smallish cavern. The opposite wall of the cavern is about 20 feet away from where Trill and Istin are standing, and there are islands dotted around the perimeter of this cavern. You've just seen a fish roil up out underneath the water, thrashing towards Mag about 10 feet in front of you. And what is Trill going to do here to kick this encounter off?
It's the perfect opening move that, with Trill going first. She's going to do what she'd do. She's going to play her lute and play some Courageous Anthem.
Okay.
Lingering Comp. And that's a 33.
33 is going to be a success as 3 rounds of inspiring music start reverberating around the cavern.
Thank you, Trill.
Fabulous. Now, this thing
I'm going to let you know
concealed
something,
to
Trill.
us.
I'm going to let you know one thing. This fish is like 5 feet underneath this like murky water, so it's going to be concealed from you if you want to target it. We're going to pass a DC 5 flat check to target it.
I was asking you the exact same thing you were just about to tell me.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna take one for the team, and rather than trying to cast a spell, I'm gonna do a recall knowledge.
Okay. So that's going to be an occultism check. You know what? I'm going to give you a free recall knowledge because you rolled occultism for initiative and you saw this creature. So I'm going to give this to you for free. You can make you can spend an action here for an additional check if you would like to, but I'm just going to give you one for free.
You are wise, kind, and just.
What question do you have about this creature? You recognize this fish as a Duthorex. You fought Duthorexes up on the up higher up in the caverns above you. This particular Dutherax looks angrier, infused with more strange alien energy than the other Dutherexes that you saw higher up. This is a scarier version of something you've seen, but go ahead and ask me a question, please.
Does it have immunities, or things that it is, or things that is strong against?
Okay, it does have some immunities. It is immune to acid damage. Its body is suffused with harsh. This is a harsh body meant to survive in horrible circumstances, and it's immune to acid.
Okay.
So that was your free recall knowledge.
The others. Okay. Does electricity's weird in water, isn't it?
It's not.
Or is
it's
electricity
not. You would
fine
think
in
it is,
water?
but it's not.
It's just acid.
The damage types that are weird in water are acid and fire.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and just do an electric arc.
Okay. So Trill starts channeling some electricity towards this dread Duthorex. How much damage did you roll?
That's going to be 12 damage.
12 points of damage. I rolled very badly on my save. I rolled a 2 on the die for a 20.
That's not going to do it. It's going to take those 12 points of damage.
Okay, 12 points of damage. Oh, why don't you go ahead and roll a concealed check for me, please? Roll a d20 for me, please.
Yeah, thank you. It didn't show up as an option.
I got you.
I believe I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Oh no!
So Trill
Dang.
strikes true. This fish
man, what a
tries to
bummer.
dodge out of the way, but Trill just is not able to target the fish correctly. And that is it for Trill's turn.
Dang.
Ao
Dang.
is slightly shaken by the presence of this dread Doothrax, but is hiding beneath a fern, invisible to this fish so far in the hallway leading into the swampy area. What is Ao going to do?
I'm not sure there's much more helpful. I was going to do a recall knowledge, but Trill has done that. I don't know that there's a ton more helpful we can learn. I guess we could learn like weakest save or something, but...
You could, yeah.
All right, let's start with that. Let's learn some things.
Okay, great. Let's learn some things. Go ahead and give me a blind occultism check, please. Yes, what would Ao like to know about this creature? Go ahead and ask me 2 questions, please.
I would like to know its weakest save.
And what else?
I would like to know its strongest save.
Okay. Its
middle name.
Okay. Its middle name is, of course, Joseph. Dread Joseph Doothrax is this guy's name.
Yeah. DJD.
DJD. Its weakest save is will. It is it's a large predatory fish. It is not super intelligent.
Yeah.
Its strongest save is its fortitude. It has thick, rubbery, shark-like, cartilaginous body structure. This thing is sturdy, survives massive water pressure, and is hard to permeate. So that's what Ao knows about the Dread Doothrax.
All right. She's just going to try and fire 2 arrows at it in the water and see how that goes.
Okay, great. So the effect of water on ranged piercing is that your range is cut in half. That's not going to be an issue with Chompers, given that this creature is about 20 feet away from you and Chompers has a very, very long range. So that should be absolutely fine.
All right. Here's what's happening for me, just saying this out loud, Lars.
Sure.
I can see the dice on your screen. They don't show up on mine, so I may restart in between my turns, but that was a 16 plus some other number.
Okay.
And then it's not showing up in my chat, so...
Okay, that's a 36 to hit. That hits, but I do need you to make a flat check for concealment.
And this is on a d20?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't see it on my screen, Lars. It was an 18. I don't know about yours. I don't know what that 4 was.
Yeah,
but.
that's a 4 on the die. This concealment has so far. This should be only changing like 20%, 20 whatever. The people always, I get this wrong. People always yell at me. But so far, both of these strikes against this fish have missed because of the murky water making it hard to target.
All right, well, I'm going to try a second time with the map. Should I do my d20 first, or shall I fire first?
Fire first, please.
Fire first, just so we know what we're losing. When
That's right.
All right, what does that 15 turn into here? A 31?
That 15 turns into a 30. You're super close. That hits because this creature is off guard to you because of your surprise attack. So because you got the jump on this creature, that is going to be, of course, a hit. Do you want me to throw this flat check out, or do you want to do it?
No, I can do it. Oh my god, it was a 2! That's outrageous!
It's truly,
ridiculous.
truly
3
outrageous.
hits, all thwarted.
This concealment is
This
in
is
work.
Disgusting.
The dumbest- I
quit.
Absolutely
this is
I
the
disgusting.
dumbest concealment check we've had to deal
This
with.
fish
Yes.
needs to be
5.
canned right
Yeah.
now.
As both of these arrows miss the target of this Doothrax, just due to this murky water getting in the way, you hear a thrashing sound on the far western side of this pond.
How many more?
And suddenly, another of these Doothraxes
Come on.
appears and starts
A duo of Doothraxes?
a Doothrax duo, if you will.
Is this one also DJD?
This one is David. It's Dread Joseph II Dutherex is the name of this one.
DJ2D.
This Dutherex is thrashing, and before Istin, like in the water, it's almost like an outboard motor going. Before Istin even gets a chance to recognize what is happening, it uses something called a aquatic ambush, meaning that Istin is now off guard to this attack as it jumps out of the water and slams its jaws into Istin's legs. That is a 36 to hit Istin's off guard armor class.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Almost a critical hit, but not quite. So that's going to be this amount of damage. It's going to be a pretty good damage roll. It's 27 points of damage to Istin. And now I'm going to make an attempt to grab Istin. Okay, here goes. Here we go. A grapple from this Dread Dutherex. This is not at map. That's a 19 on the die. That's going to be a 42.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Lars is cheating.
Okay, so Istin becomes restrained. And now this fish starts going, and tries to swallow Istin whole.
Oh.
I'm looking at the phone book of text that comes along with swallow whole. I'm going to make an athletics check versus your reflex DC. That's a really good roll. 15 on the die.
That is again a critical success.
Okay, so Istin slips into the mouth of the Dutherex, becomes grabbed, becomes slowed 1, and needs to start holding his breath. He has an amount of breath equal to something like 5 plus his con mod, so that is, let's call it 8 rounds of breath.
Yeah, 8 rounds of breath.
And this is immediately terrible, is what the situation is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to track Istin's 8 rounds of breath. I'm having a little trouble. I'll take care of that on somebody else's turn. So the deal with this is you can attempt to make escape attempts if you would like to, Armat. You can also, I'm going to say that restrained goes away, right? The restrained goes away. We replace that with grabbed because you're like inside of it. You can try to slice your way out if you would like to, if that's the kind of thing that you're into.
Weapon of light bulk though, like I can't use my
slicing
staff.
or a slashing or piercing weapon of light bulk or in order to do it. That's true. But you are now engulfed and swallowed whole, and you have to start holding your breath. It is a bad, bad, bad situation as out of nowhere, this fish leaps out of the water, swallows Istin whole, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles this time. It is Istin's turn. Armet, let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been swallowed by an enormous fish?
God, so many times. It's the worst. It's terrible.
The worst. Super stinky.
That's exactly the situation that you're in right now.
Got it. Okay.
Straightforward, honestly.
Lars, now you know how your tinned fish feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Whoa.
They're getting revenge on me through Armat.
Yeah.
I wish we were fighting spices.
Such a good way to get revenge on you.
You're fighting everything but a
Spicy.
bagel, so
Everything but a bagel.
It feels like that.
So I guess Istin is just going to try and escape, right?
Okay.
Like,
So this is going to be an escape attempt versus the fish's athletics DC, which is quite high.
oh dear. 40?
Yeah. So as soon as he's swallowed, Istin
Jesus.
plops his way out. So I'm gonna you get
You
to.
think this is the first time I've had to punch my way out of a fish? You would be wrong, friend.
This one time,
wrong.
I was.
So I'm gonna say that splashes Istin down into the water. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, so he's swimming now. Or has
So
to.
he's swimming now. You are no longer being engulfed and swallowed whole. Very good. You were slowed at the beginning of your turn, though, so you have only one more action here.
Interesting. I mean, if I don't swim, I start sinking, correct?
Yes. And I will say that the space to the south of you is land. So if you want to climb up onto the land, that's something you could do.
Yeah, why don't I do that? Istin will swim the 5 feet and clamber on up.
Okay, I'm not going to make you do a check for that. So Istin is now no longer slowed, no longer off guard, and he is back up on relatively dry land, standing in this mucky swamp on the southern edge of this cavern. As soon as he is swallowed, he is back out on dry-ish land. The dread Duthorax right by Mag is going to swim around the far side of her, which I guess is going to provoke a reactive strike. Although I don't know if Mag has a reactive strike.
I don't have a reaction yet. I haven't gone.
Yeah, I think that we're playing a situation where Mag doesn't have a reaction. Go ahead.
Istin have one though? Because that was
Istin certainly does.
Okay.
Istin does this. The starting position of this creature is 10 feet away from you. So if you'd like to, you can strike out at the fish. But again, it's concealed from you. So we're going to talk about a flat check.
Don't worry. I rolled a 2 on my 2 hit for a 22. So I'm going to just go ahead and assume that ain't going to cut the mustard.
That 2 is not going to cut the mustard, sadly. So Istin's staff splashes down in the surface of the water as this fish agilely swims to the far northern side of Mag and then strikes out at Mag with its jaws. Mag is frightened because of the Duthorax's frightful presence. That is a 39 on my strike against Mag.
Critical hit.
Okay. So Mag is going to take a really nasty amount of damage here as it rolls 3d10 and a d12 of damage. That is 71 points of damage to Mag.
Wow.
And then it tries...
Is there a hero point?
then it
Check
tries...
the hero point cards.
And then it tries to grapple onto her with its final action. So this is against Mag's Fortitude DC. That is a 34 to grab Mag.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Yeah, okay. So Mag is now grabbed, which means that she is immobilized and off guard until the end of this Duthorax's next turn. But it is now Mag's turn here. I will say that as long as you're being grabbed by this fish, you're not going to sink if you don't swim, right? Does that track for you?
So it's basically a free action.
It's basically a free action. It's holding you right where you can hit it. And I will also say that because Mag is underwater right next to the fish is not concealed to her. So Mag, in a bad situation, but in a slightly better position to attack this particular Duthorax than her friends.
I need to start by striking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
because Mag is underwater and because she's striking something that's underwater, this attack from her is going to take a -2. That's like the sort of last detail of these aquatic combat rules, that if you're doing a bludgeoning or slashing attack that passes through the water, you take a -2. But that should all be reflected in the math on your attack.
I in theory this could do piercing damage, but I think that's outside the spirit of these rules. I would still need to swing the hammer to do it, even if I'm using the pointy end.
I don't think it's outside of the spirit of the rules, but if that's how you want to go for it, that's fine with me. I think that trying to stab something is easier than trying to smash something underwater. Is kind of the way that I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't think you stab with an Earthbreaker. I think you
Okay.
I think you hit. You just hit with a point instead of a flat end. So
all right, okay.
Bludgeoning it is. That's a 1 on the die.
This is gonna get out of hand really
Real fast?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
I was
Almost
wondering
said
if I
the
should-
adventure ends here.
Yeah.
Fumble card.
Well, you made it to the fish.
Fumbled hard.
Do you want to use a hero point, David?
No.
Okay. Is this the ace of spades? It is not. It's
not.
the 3 of spades, I believe. So Mag, that's just a regular old miss. Mag's got 2 more actions.
The trace of
Well,
spades.
I'll try again, I guess.
All right. So Mag reaches back, tries to strike out a second time.
All right, how's 32 to hit?
32.
Oh no, 30. It's only 30 because it's in the water. I don't think that's accounted for.
It seems as though it is not accounted
It's not.
for.
So it's a 30.
So that's a 30, which is sadly a miss. If not for David's self-inflicted rules thing.
I mean, you
that
could
would
punch
hit.
the piercing edge of the thing forward. It doesn't have to be a full wind-up.
This is a resolved conflict. The other way I'm going to put this, David, is that because you're a little bit frightened, that misses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that strike misses as well.
Okay, well, a third thing isn't going to work. I could try and scare it. I could try and escape it. Would I still get my reactive strike if I'm grabbed? I assume I would.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, I want to recall knowledge about it using swamp lore.
Yeah, so I'll totally give you swamp lore on this one. Go ahead and give me a blind swamp lore, please. As Mag searches her memories to learn about Dutherex's dread and otherwise.
And I think what I want to know is...
Does it have a second middle name?
Dread and otherwise?
We've asked about saves and we've asked about
immunities.
I want to know about any particularly rough attacks, maneuvers. I mean, obviously it tries to eat things, so we've witnessed that. But
Sure.
Is there anything else about its proclivities for doing damage or its special moves?
Yeah, beyond its swallowing of you whole, which is the biggest one, there's something that I may have actually missed already, which I will try to now not miss. It has an ability called Overpowering Jaws, which says that if I miss with a Jaws strike, if it tries to bite you, even if it misses, even if you block the strike, you still take 8 piercing damage.
Whoa.
Jesus. That's a real insult to injury kind of thing.
It's bad. That's the end of Mag's turn, right?
Just to recap, it has a bite attack even when it doesn't bite you.
Yeah, even when it fails to bite you, it bites you.
Just want to make sure I got that.
So,
it was a critical miss, a miss because I'm an honest person, and then a recall knowledge.
Okay. At the end of Mag's turn, Mag is now no longer frightened. Ao is also no longer frightened as you have gotten more used to the you've gotten more used to being around these terrifying aquatic beasts. Mag is holding her breath. I'm not going to bother tracking breath stuff with Mag because her breath control is so crazy good.
Is nuts.
So Mag is being held in place underwater by this fish. I was just going to say, this, I think, is an encounter that 2 of these creatures is so much worse than one of them. The thing that you want to do is take care of one of them quickly, and we just hit the end of a first round in which nobody managed
Lars.
to do any damage to these fish even
here.
Once.
Thanks.
Lars.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have the underwater marauder skill feat.
Okay, what does
I
that
don't
do?
take penalties for using bludgeoning or slashing weapons
Okay,
in water.
let's take that back. We're going to do some damage. Go ahead and roll.
Oh,
Okay. Go ahead and roll some damage, please.
I'm
Please,
also
please,
not
please.
off guard while in the water, though that hasn't managed because this thing has beaten my armor class by like 35 each
This
time.
thing is, yeah, totally. Go ahead and roll some damage.
I would be
Delighted.
delighted. That's a pretty good damage roll. 33 damage. You're going to resist all the acid, so it's going to be 29.
I'm immune to the acid, but I will take a combination of 22 bludgeoning and 7 spirit damage. David, nice job looking at that and figuring that out. I was
job
not
paying
on
attention
top
to
of
the
that
rules.
No worries. I feel like this is a real milestone in my understanding of the game, and it's only taken me 285 hours.
I just assumed that the system missed that thing for you, but it turns out you're actually spec'd out perfectly for this scenario, and Mag is kind of right where she wants to be in a strange way.
Yeah, anyway, you were saying fighting 2 of these is way worse than fighting 1 of them, and
yeah,
I agree.
And the situation is that one of them is only barely injured by being struck by Mag, and so the party, I think at this point, is probably looking at a way of getting some heavy damage going, turning the tide of battle here at the beginning of round 2, in which it is now
Or running the fuck away.
Running away. It's now Trill's turn as Trill is looking out onto this pond. One of these fish is up on the surface of the water, visible to her, and the other one is thrashing around 5 feet below the surface, holding on to Mag. What is Trill going to do on her turn?
I was thinking about doing revealing light.
Okay.
If Trill were to cast it now,
Yes.
the one that's above water if it tried to go back under, it would it affect it?
Yeah, I believe it would. I think that so you target all of the creatures. Oh, I see what you're saying. So that it depends on its save, right? If it critically fails the save, the light shines from the fish for 10 minutes. Do you get what I'm saying? If it fails the save, the light shines from it for 1 minute. If it succeeds, the light shines from 2 rounds. So you get some relief from the concealment, but it depends on the result of their save.
Yeah, so I think Trill's gonna, and it's a burst. Is that burst from her? I always forget how bursts work.
No, it's a range of 120 feet, and it's a 10-foot burst. So somewhere within 120 feet of you, you draw a 10-foot burst.
So so Trill's going to do Revealing Light in between the two.
Great.
Because I'm sick of these DC 5 flat checks that we keep frickin' failing.
Totally. So I'm going to try to make some reflex saves, is what it sounds like?
Yeah.
I rolled a 19 on one of them, and I rolled a 1 on the other. The one that I rolled a 1 on is the one that is currently underwater. So that fish is, both fish are going to become dazzled. That fish, which means that everything else is concealed from them, right? Dazzled means everybody else is concealed to you.
Yes.
The fish that saved is going to be dazzled for 2 rounds. That's the fish that just swallowed Istin, that is like on the surface of the water. And the fish that is down in the water with Mag is going to be dazzled and impossible to be concealed for 10 minutes. So that's a tremendous support spell from Trill. You love to see it. This could potentially turn the tide of battle. Let's give you a hero point for it, shall we? Let's do it.
Oh, thank you.
Well deserved. Yeah.
Fingers crossed that helps some things.
Okay, but you got one more action.
I got one more action. Let's aid Istin on smashing something.
Okay.
I love
she's
that.
gonna she's gonna support Istin with some musical aid.
Okay, so
when he wants to hit something.
A flash of bright light permeates the room and covers both of these Doothorexes, and it is now Ao's turn. Ao in a little bit of a tough spot because neither of these creatures are off guard to her at this moment. So not sure what the approach is here. What do you think, Zoe?
They're not very smart, but we don't think they're mindless. Like creating a distraction based on what we know seems possible.
They definitely have minds, yeah.
Yeah, big old fish minds.
Yep.
Well, let's try to make a distraction and see if we can get some sort of advantage here.
Okay.
Ao points up at the ceiling and I guess we don't know what language they speak, huh? Makes the universally understood symbol for, is that a delicious worm up there?
Oddly enough, Ao does share a language with these creatures. Ao and these creatures both speak Aklo, which is like the language of underground bug monsters, basically.
Nyang nyang bonobo, she shouts, still not understanding that in fact Undercommon is not
everything.
Yeah. Okay, so create a distraction. Let's go ahead and get a deception check.
All right, 33 on that.
33 on that versus their perception DC, I believe, is the deal. That's a success for certain. Yes, of course, a success. And both of the fish turn and are glancing in another direction for the time being.
All right, then we're gonna try the old arrow gambit again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the one up by Mag that is, let's call it injured. I'm not gonna put that barely in there.
Okay. Yeah, and that one is off guard to you, and you also can see it very clearly because it is glowing in the water in front of you.
Bioluminescence.
Yes, exactly.
All right, that's a 34 to hit.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Now,
Ao finds a weak point on the fish.
Two, huh?
And does some sneak attack damage as well.
Wait, it's no longer, do I have to do the G5 thing?
No, it's because it's glowing like crazy. This thing was underneath murky water, and now you look down on it, and it's shining like a light bulb.
It didn't only dazzle them; it also is illuminating them for us.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I was tired of that.
Wonderful. That's
so
helpful.
huge. It's extremely good. It's extremely good. So
21 points of damage.
21 points of damage, and it enfeebles this fish as it swivels back around and sees Ao once more. Enfeebling, of course, because of your debilitating strike. So that means it is going to bite a little less hard. It is going to hit a little bit less intensely, which is great because this definitely seems like a strength-based creature. But Ao's got one more turn.
All right, let's do a second arrow.
Okay.
That's probably not going to do it. Will an 18 hit?
An 18, sadly, does not hit.
All right.
So that arrow splashes into the water, and now the dread Duthorax that is positioned right next to Isthin is going to go next. It does not like where it is. It's going to swim a little bit closer to Isthin, which is likely going to trigger a reactive strike.
I think he already used it on the other one.
I see. Okay, and this is going to be relatively familiar. It tries to snap its teeth down on Isthin, a 19 on the die.
Yeah, that's sorry.
Doesn't it have to pass a concealed check now?
It does. That's a 43 versus Isthin, which would be a critical strike. Let's see if the concealment does anything. I roll another 19 to getting past the flat check.
Okay.
So here's critical damage to Isthin. Really nasty damage roll. 72 points of damage to Isthin.
Whoa.
Healing seems like it is maybe on the menu now.
Yep.
As Isthin just gets slammed by this creature's teeth and it tries to grab a hold of Isthin. That's a 2 on the die, which is a 25.
Happily, that will miss.
And it passes the flat check on the dazzled as you see its eyes spinning around, these glowing yellow eyes spinning around on this creature's head as it is trying to figure out what's happening in front of it. It misses with the grapple, which is incredibly helpful. And it is now Isthin's turn. Isthin, how many hit points does Isthin have now after that strike?
He has currently 29 hit points remaining. So this is getting more intense. These Void Bracken Duthorexes don't mess around.
They don't mess around. It's true.
Isthin is going to try and make a spell strike at the injured Duthorax, which I think is still within his reach.
Yeah.
Using Daze to try and see if he can take advantage of that weak will save.
As Isthin starts casting a spell, the fish's snout slams out at Isthin's arms. 4 on the die, 28 to hit. Flat check, 13.
28 won't do it.
Okay.
Isthin's AC is 30.
Okay.
All right.
Isthin may be in a situation where he needs to back up, perhaps. Okay. How is this staff strike against the Duthorax? 6 on the die. I'm gonna spend a hero point and re-roll that, I think.
Okay.
Because we need some damage. Okay. You will be taking a -2 to this also because it is underwater.
Okay, that is a 32 with the new roll.
So Isthin reaches through the water, slams the staff down, splashing onto the Duthorax. That is going to do a combination of bludgeoning from the staff and then mental damage from Daze. Let's get the bludgeoning from the staff first.
That is 13 points of bludgeoning damage and 13 points of mental damage.
Okay, I do a will save against the mental damage from the Daze. I roll a 12 on the die, which gets me a 33. Seems like that's a success.
That is a success, sadly.
And I take half damage, so that's a total of 19 points of damage.
Well, that was definitely worth the hero point I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
So glad I did that.
Yeah.
Isthin still in a position where he has 29 hit points here in the middle of round 2. The Duthorax that is grabbing a hold onto Mag is going to underwater. You hear the murky sounds of bloop, 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 as just jaws strike against Mag. It opens up its mouth, tries to chomp down on Mag. That's a 26 to hit Mag.
And my armor class is 26.
Okay. I roll a 6 on my concealed dazzled check. That's a hit on the button. So Mag is going to get hit once more.
Am I still off guard because I'm not supposed to be?
You're off
underwater?
guard because you are grabbed.
But I'm off guard because I'm grabbed.
Yes. So that is 35 points of damage to Mag.
So that was Lars rolled a 2 and still hit me. So the only way this thing will not hit me is if he rolls a nat 1 and crit fails it. This is like an automatic hit.
Or you'll need to get out of its grab. And then you won't be off guard to it.
And then I won't be off guard. So then a 2 would also not hit me, but it's, jeez.
Yeah. Okay. The Doothrex tries to grab Mag next. Its teeth clench down on Mag. That is a 30 to grab.
And that's against my fort. That's against my fort DC.
It's against your fort DC.
That fails.
It fails because this creature is enfeebled by AO, but also it gets the dazzle pays off also. It rolls a 3 on the flat check. That grab misses for 2 different incredibly good and helpful, good debuff reasons. The Doothrex is gonna try to grab one more time just to keep holding onto Mag. This is a grapple with a map, a grapple mapple, if you will. That's a 33 to maintain the grab against Mag, but I roll a 4 on my flat check because of the concealment. This creature loses track of Mag and releases Mag into the water. Mag is no longer grabbed.
Oh my god, that revealing light is MVP.
Okay.
Thank you, Trill.
Yeah. Did something.
It is now Mag's turn. What is Mag going to do?
I think I got to start with a question for the party. Istin appears to be pretty compromised. I am down a little under 100 hit points. No, a little over 100 hit points if you consider all. So, yeah, I have about a third of my life left. And so far, we have hit these things like once. Are we in it to win it, or should I go ahead and keep wailing on these whales, or are we gonna bail and attempt to bail and lick our wounds? They're confined to the water. I would imagine, Lars, that they're
not. Remember,
do we know that they're confined to the water?
We do know that they are not. They jumped up onto the boat when we had it and were whipping at us with their tentacles. So they can function outside of deep water.
I'm super down to, keep mixing it up. It's very unusual to be one turn into an encounter and be like 2/3 dead. That is not our usual status. So seems like it's worth asking.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember kind of the path we've taken so far, but I'm pretty sure we have to get past these guys to do we this is not this is the path we have to take, right?
Yeah, there's nowhere else to go, really.
I don't think we're gonna get around them forever, but are we gonna go heal up and come try again or whatever, come back with some make them glow from round 1 and not be in the water immediately. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mostly heal, but
yeah.
Well, I feel like we could heal Istin in this fight. Either Trill or I could do that and try to keep making some progress.
Yeah, I think one more round at the very least seems reasonable.
Yeah.
All right.
If only 25% of us die. That's not such a bad fight.
Well, I'm gonna need some healing
You'll
too,
miss
and I think
him when he's gone.
Yes.
And I think I got to get out of the water because if they knock me out and I'm sinking, I don't think anyone's going to be able to come get me as easily as I could get one of y'all.
And David, as long as you're underwater, right now Mag is 5 feet underwater, any healing to her is going to have to pass a flat check.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm still grabbed? No, I'm no longer grabbed.
You're no longer grabbed.
Great. Man, is it going to reactive strike me too? It probably is. All right, I'm going to start by trying to hit it.
Okay.
Because I'm next to it.
Underwater Marauder style, of course. This hit is going to just happen. It's just going to be good.
Mag's ready to become a barbarian pirate.
Yeah.
Nar. It's a 30, which is what I rolled last time that did not connect.
Yeah, that's going to miss.
A barbarian.
Okay. Now I'd like to move back onto shore.
If you had been flanked... Okay, sounds good. So moving back onto the shore, there's an area around this wheel that you're right in front of that Mag could stand on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be probably like 2 actions to get up and past Trill.
Could I get up on shore and shove Trill back in those 2 actions, so that I end up in the square that Trill is, and she ends up behind me.
For a minute, I thought you meant like shove Trill in your way.
Yeah, you can. I'd say Mag can climb up on the.
I've decided now is the time to turn on Trill.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how I do that in 2 actions.
What a disgusting turn.
Run, right?
Yeah, they're very
so-
scary.
Put her on a
fish.
hook.
2 action activity. I'm fine with Mag nudging Trill back and getting up onto the shore.
Okay, so I would like to do that. I imagine Mag, it uses the momentum from the strike to start this movement, uses the fact of the strike as like something of a distraction, kicks away, breaches the water, and as she's clambering up to shore, she's kind of like, it's like if you're boxing someone out in basketball, she kind of like uses the breadth of her shoulders and her back to shield Trill. It moved Trill back 5 feet. So she and
Actually
Istin are
does
now
that.
standing next to each other.
Both of the fish strike out at Mag.
Good talk.
So the first one, the one that she was right next to, swings out with a jaw strike and rolls a 1 on the die. So here comes a fumble card.
A fumble card because you fumbled hard.
That's the king of spades.
Not this
So
one.
no harm,
Not
no
gonna do
foul on that one. A tentacle from the Duthorex that is right next to Istin also swings out. This is directed at Mag. That is a 7 on the die, a 28 to hit Mag.
That hits.
Okay, and the concealment check, that's a 1 on the die again. The concealment has saved you from many, many, many strikes at this point.
Oh, it's saving
So
them too.
that's 0 damage to Mag there as the revealing light continues to fry the senses of the dread Duthorex. Mag shoves Trill back, clambers up onto the shore of the what am I trying to say? It's like there's a cliffside here that falls down into the water. Mag gets up onto that and is standing in like a short cavern that is looking down into the water here. It is now Trill's turn. Trill, at the top of round 3, the 4 of you are now all standing on solid ground in the swamp as these 2 fish are now snapping at you. These 2 dread Duthorexes, tentacles flailing about, jaws snapping in midair, trying to get at you. What is Trill going to do here?
Trill's gonna try and keep Istin from dying.
Thank you.
Yeah, we all appreciate
Seems
that.
noble.
Go big or go home, babies. We're gonna do a 5th rank soothe.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
I gotta do something here.
Thank you.
The best healing spell that Trill has. Let's roll that healing.
Well, that wasn't bad. So that was 48 points of healing.
That's a lot of healing.
Huge.
48 points
Thank
of
you.
healing.
I
Bunch
feel
of gauze.
so much better. I really do.
Just throwing gauze at him.
Does the gauze work underwater?
Even better. It really sticks to me.
Okay, Trill gets Istin back up to around 77 hit points, and Trill has 1 more action. What is she going to do?
Okay, so Istin and Mag both need to get out of the way a little bit and do some support themselves a little bit. So I think she's going to cast Guidance on Ao, so that Ao gets a +1 status bonus on an attack roll.
All right. Thank you.
And it is now Ao's turn. What is Ao going to do? You're looking out at these two Duthorexes that are keenly aware of you. One thing I'll say is because they are dazzled and you are concealed from them, you are able to hide from them. That is, you can just make a stealth check to hide from them now.
Great.
if that's a thing that you would like to do.
It is.
Okay.
We did the worm bit. We've done that old gimmick. It's time for a new way to get them off guard.
Okay.
Blind stealth check or...
I don't really care that much. Go ahead and give it to me regular.
Well, that's not great. It's a 24.
24. Yeah, Ayo doesn't get the sense that she's hidden from these Doothrexes at all. But you can do it again. There's no penalty.
I'm trying to decide if I hero pointed. It seems like a bad thing to use a hero point on, but I'm annoyed, Lars, and so I might spend it foolishly.
Okay.
No, all right, I'll do it again. Not hero pointing, just using my second action.
Okay.
How about a 28?
Yeah, Ayo continues to see these fish looking straight at her.
Boo! She's just gonna fire an arrow at the injured one in frustration. Well, not my turn. Is the 27 gonna hit it?
I mean, this is the thing with a D20 game. It's like you gotta roll a 20-sided die, and there are so many bad faces on the die.
And often you get under 5 when it really matters that you not do that.
There are a lot of the sides are bad. Like they're just they have bad numbers on them.
Let's roll. Can we do like a D20 but with more 20s on it?
Yeah, that sounds good. For each level, you add another 20 onto
a new
the die.
20. Yeah.
Okay, so the Dread Doothrex that is right up next to...
I sort of feel like Zoe just invented a system. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a legacy die rolling game where you replace the 19 with a 20 sticker. Eventually, it's all 20s.
It's all 20s. It's 20s all the way down. I just rolled a random die to see who it is the Doothrex that is right next to Mag, and Isthin is going to attack. That Doothrex is going to attack Mag. First up, it's a Jaws strike. Let's just assume it hits. 31 to hit, and I make a concealment check. I roll a 3 because I am dazzled again.
Yes!
So that's devastating. This is the final round of dazzlement for that particular Doothrex, though. It reaches out with its snout next to try to get Mag, to try to push a little bit of Mag. That's a 32 to hit.
Yeah, sure.
And, sure. And the concealment that time is a 13. So, snout damage coming your way as it just bashes into Mag. Not a good damage roll. That's a total of 18 points of damage. And I'm going to try to shove Mag now with my snout. So, here comes a shove attempt.
Water? Or?
Yeah, into the water. That is a 29 versus Mag's Fortitude DC.
No, that does not work.
Okay. That's an extremely lucky turn for the party. A total of 18 damage to Mag, and it is now Isthin's turn.
Okay.
What is Isthin going to do?
Isthin is going to start by using his Conflux spell, Spinning Staff, to try and make 2 strikes at both of the Doothrexes.
Okay, as you start casting a spell, the jaws of the Doothrex open up and try to strike at Isthin. That is another 1 on the die.
This is
oh, thank
wild.
God.
A fumble card because you fumbled hard.
Is this the Ace of Spades?
No. It's
No,
the 7
it
of
is
spades.
the 7.
What
But
the
that is
hell?
still a critical miss against Isthin, and Isthin is able to get that conflict spell off.
Oh, I could use my reaction there to do the armored rebuff thing I've never done, but I don't think it's a good idea, so I'm not going to do that.
Nice.
But I feel like
Only pursue.
What a ride.
Only do the things you think are good, is my opinion.
How would a 20 on the die against that Doothrex do?
Okay, here comes a crit. This is against the one closest to you?
Yes.
You gotta draw. Nice. Is this the Ace of Spades?
No, it's the Deuce of Spades.
It is the 2, but still, critical strike from Isthin is huge.
That is 30 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then
30 bludgeoning to the nearest of the Doothrexes.
He's
You
going
got
to
another strike coming from Isthin as well.
Yep. And this is at map 5. That's a 36 to hit.
That is another hit against the Duthrex in the water.
Awesome. 16 points of bludgeoning against the injured one.
Okay, 16 more points of bludgeoning as the staff swings back up out of the water, trailing brackish swamp water across the room. What's next for Istin?
Then, with his next action, he is going to drop into his arcane cascade stance and then raise his staff to parry.
And it is now... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, can I take that back? I don't think it does all that much for me anymore. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think I'm going to use those 2 actions instead to cast Daze on the closest Duthrex.
The closest one?
Yes. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay. 11 points of mental damage.
I roll a 23, a 2 on the die on my will save, so that is a failure.
Okay. Hoping for the crit fail, but I'll take the little bit of extra dam. And
okay,
that's
11 points of damage.
Turn.
We as Istin lashes out at both of these Duthrexes at once. The Duthrex that was right in front of Mag is going to swim up to the surface of the water. Sorry, is actually going to go down under the surface of the water and then emerge up out of the water in Istin and Mag's face.
I assume that triggers a reactive strike, no?
That will trigger a reactive strike from both as it breaches out of the water.
I guess we have a choice to make about which one we hit, but this is the damaged one, so I think we should go for it.
This is the one you want to hit. Okay, how did Mag do on her roll?
It's a 39 to hit.
Almost a crit, but yes, that hits.
30 damage.
Okay, 30 damage to the Duthrex. That is 18 bludgeoning, 5 acid, and 7 spirit damage.
Yeah, so the 5 don't go through.
Yeah, the 5 do not go through, but the rest of that does. How did Istin do on his attack roll here?
31.
31 hits on the button as it bursts out of the water. Yes.
Awesome. 16 bludgeoning.
16 bludgeoning to the Duthrex as both Mag and Istin hammer this enormous fish, this betentacled fish, and it sees that Mag is weaker than Istin at this point. Mag is more beat up, and it is going to make the moderately intelligent choice to focus on Mag. It reaches up, it crests out of the water, chomps onto Mag with a jaws strike. That's going to be a 28 to hit, and I make a concealment check, a 13 on my concealment.
The 28 hits. That is my armor class is 28.
Okay, that's 21 points of damage to Mag as Mag is now pretty badly beaten up.
Agreed.
And the Duthrex tries to grapple Mag with its jaws. It just sinks down its teeth into Mag. That is a 28 versus Mag's fortitude save, and I pass my flat check. So
pass the flat check, but 28 does not do it.
Okay. So now the party is in a better circumstance here as you have like a wall of difficult to grapple, difficult to hurt people just stemming the tide here at the far southern end of this watery cavern. It is now Mag's turn. Mag is very badly hurt, but is face to face with a Duthrex that looks like it is also badly hurt. What is Mag going to do?
Well, I guess the first thing is, can I get some healing next round from somebody?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I'll start by trying to hit this same Duthrex that was just coming after me, because it is the wobbliest on its feet. Mag applies the same logic to this creep that it's applying to her. Come on, 31. Oh, 31. 31 does it.
Because of Trill's Courageous Anthem, that hits on the button.
Excellent.
Good job, Trill.
Here's
so
some damage.
I mean, this combat has really shown off like how like incredibly valuable just minor debuffs are in this game. How much damage did you roll, David?
I rolled 27. 2 of that is acid, so it's gonna be 25 going through.
Continuing to work this Duthrex down. Mag has 2 more actions as the Earthbreaker slams into the face of this large fish. and it howls back.
I guess I should have slammed it down.
You should not have slammed it down because it's in the water, and tripping enemies in the water does nothing.
Yeah, my toys are not super.
Your defensive, you have a lot of toys that are great.
Yes.
Underwater right. Marauder, breath control, all of your swimming,
yeah,
all
my
of this other stuff
working.
is good.
My sort of action set is not amazing.
Your action set, exactly.
Okay, well, then we're gonna sudden charge out of here. No, I will. I will hit
Suddenly abandon everybody.
Exactly. I'm gonna hit
Game
it.
over, man. Game over.
I'll try and hit it again.
Okay.
Nope. Oh. No, I did not hit the button for the map. I was like, wait, how is that still 31?
How did that happen?
It's only a 26.
The 26 is going to miss as Mag swings a second time slightly off balance and fails to break through the hard, kind of fatty tissue on the outside of the fish.
All right, I want to roll swamp lore to understand what, if anything, Mag knows about these creatures' movement out of the water.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another swamp lore, please. Okay. Yeah, Mag knows that these fish can swim very, very fast. They have a swim speed of 40, but when they are on land, they can move 20 feet at a time. They can sort of propel themselves on their tentacles, flopping their tentacles around and just jumping at you.
Kind of like a mud skipper type thing?
Yes, exactly.
Ugh.
All right, so we would be able to, if we chose to, we would be able to outrun these things fairly handily on land. Just
keep in mind,
good to know,
that this swamp that you're running into now is difficult terrain.
All the way to
the pipes, to the tubes.
All right, so we would not be able to outrun them. We would be able to be very slowly chased by them.
Yeah, but I will say that if the party's decision is to retreat, like I will exit us out of this encounter and we'll start doing some other sort of checks to get away. Like this game, like we'll just start doing something different.
I get it. Is it difficult terrain for them or probably not?
I was just looking at that. Yeah, it seems like it is. They don't have any of the stuff. This is more recall knowledge for Mag. They don't have anything that suggests that they don't.
Okay, so we could outrun them just in comically slow fashion. Okay, well, that's Mag's turn. Swing and a hit, swing and a miss, and learning about their on-land capabilities.
Okay, at the beginning of round 4, you are now bottlenecked into this small passageway leading into the cavern with the lake. The 2 large Dutherexes are snapping at you as you are standing your ground here. Isthin and Mag are both various states of injured. Mag particularly badly injured at this moment. One of these Dutherexes is still dazzled. It's moving sort of in a strange way that suggests that it's trying to keep track of you. It's trying to focus on you. That Dutherex is pretty badly injured. The other one to its west is keeping a keen sight on you, and it looks pretty healthy at this point. The name of the game has been, from the beginning, getting one of these Dutherexes down. Let's see if that can happen in round 4 as Trill is standing at the backs of a very damaged Mag and a very damaged Isthin. What is Trill going to do here to kick round 4 off?
Trill's gonna soothe Mag.
Okay.
Yes, please.
As Trill starts to cast a spell, the Dutherex that just struck out at Mag swings a tentacle towards her.
Really? Because it's that big?
That is a 24 to hit. And a 16 on the concealment.
Well, concealment passed, but that 24 does not hit.
Okay. Trill manages to dodge her head out of the way, and the spell goes off.
And that is 41 points of healing for Mag.
Thank you, Trill.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Trill pumps more life into her friends and has 1 action remaining.
Yeah, I guess Trill at this point will just aid Mag. Yep. So very Mag focused. Mag, do some damage, please.
Thank you.
Trill sets up to aid, and it is now Ao's turn. Ao sees that she is still concealed from this dazzled Dutherex and has a potential inroads to getting an advantage on that particular enemy, but not much for the other one. What does Ao think she's going to do here?
Let's try to hide again.
Okay.
She covers her face with her hands like a
Okay. I'll give you
toddler.
give you a +1 to that one for exploiting its lack of object permanence. Let's
Right.
go.
35?
Yes, Ao feels like she has lost, this creature has lost track of her.
Great. And this is the badly injured one.
This is the badly
Yeah.
injured one, the dazzled one.
All right, let's fire an arrow at it. Merp, 28.
The 28 is a miss, even though this
Oh.
creature is off guard to you.
Second
You do have-
arrow.
You do have 2 hero points, though.
Yeah. All right, let's use a hero point. Let's go big.
You say it so begrudgingly.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The die didn't even really roll. It just like appeared on the screen as a 1. The universe was like, just here's a middle finger, lady.
Yeah. I have a lever that I pull underneath my desk that just makes ones pop out.
That's right. And it just
You rolled a middle
Is this the
finger.
ace of
Knew it.
spades?
It would have been funny if it was, but it is the queen of spades.
It's the queen. Okay, so that's just a straight up miss from Ao. Ao's got 1 more action
All
on her
right, let's
turn.
do a second strike.
Okay.
All right, that's a 31.
That 31 is a hit. Yes.
All right. That is a terrible damage roll. It does 5 points of damage.
Okay, 5
This
points
is-
of damage.
We were having such fun when we started, and then we began playing the game, and it got terrible.
That was our first mistake.
That's
that was
right.
your
We
first
should have
mistake.
just done the
Just do
precious
the-
food stuff.
Exactly.
We should have signed off when I insulted Nora. I'm sorry.
we should just log on to these things and just talk about food for an hour and a half. We'd be so happy.
The Doothorax, the healthy Doothorax that is in the water right in front of the 4 of you, is going to choose which of the 4 of you to target. I'm going to roll a d4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 is Mag. So it reaches out with a jaws strike and tries to get a hold of Mag and swallow her whole, hopefully. That's a
Stop that.
31 to hit Mag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's-
The concealed. It's I rolled the wrong thing. It is. There's no
Oh,
concealment here.
sorry.
This creature is no longer
I
concealed.
got all excited.
Yeah, I got you. That is 22 points of damage, and I need Mag to stand by as this creature tries to grapple her very quickly. So it tries to snap down on Mag's arm. That is a 1 on the die for an athletics check to grab. That is a critical failure, meaning it is not allowed to, meaning that you can grab it.
I grab it.
Okay, I'm going to let you do a free, release a hand on it to get on your Earthbreaker to get that creature grabbed.
Yeah.
And that is this creature, this Doothorax, reaches out, chomp, grabs a hold of Mag, and Mag manages to grab a hold of it, like arm wrapped around it, fingers reaching into the Doothorax's eyes, and it is now grabbed by Mag.
Amazing.
I am going to try to escape from that grab with a map escape attempt.
Does that trigger a reactive strike?
It doesn't. That's a 27 to try to get away from Mag's athletics DC.
No.
It's not going to work.
No.
Okay. It is Isthin's turn. Isthin, face to face with these 2 Doothoraxes. One of them is very badly injured. The other one is eyeing Isthin with an inclination to strike him with a reactive strike. What is Isthin going to do?
I think Isthin is just going to charge ahead and spell strike at the very injured one. And he is going to use... This thing is above the water now, right?
They're both above the water, yes.
He's just going to use needle darts for this one.
As Isthin starts to cast a spell,
Oof.
the jaws of the Doothorax that just went snap out. That is a 43 to hit Isthin.
Yikes.
That's a crit, so the spell strike is disrupted.
Oh no.
Oh.
The party is in a terrible situation here. And we will pick up from there next time.
My dog had feelings about that.
Yeah, you said it.
I agree.
Emmett. Yeah.
The Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production produced under the Paizo Incorporated fan content policy, using trademarks and copyrights owned by Paizo that are covered under that policy. The Roots of Ruin is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. All original characters and content in The Roots of Ruin are the property of Tabletop Gold, and all rights are reserved. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. Visit our website, tabletopgold.com, to learn more about us and our shows, join the Golden Horde to get access to more shows, pick up great merch, and connect to the best online community in all of podcasting. Thanks for listening.